Angel. I thought I would do a live today. Everybody knows I do pop-up lives. I am actually on a new page doing pop-up lives too because I am multi-stream. I'm streaming on YouTube right now. I'm streaming on LinkedIn right now. I'm also streaming on the Canadian Paranormal Investigations page. And I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that tomorrow night, the CPI is starting a new live kind of podcasty thing. I'm going to be on it tomorrow night, but they're going to be talking about paranormal investigations. I don't know if this is going to be a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing, but if you guys tune in tomorrow at 7:30, you will find out. And it's on the CPI page. And I don't have, oh, crud on the muffins. You know what I should have done? I should have actually gotten the CPI logo. Let's see if I can do this quickly. Images, CPI. Nope, that didn't work. Canadian Paranormal Investigations. Paranormal Investigations team. That's us. That is who we are. Here we go. And here is an image. I am going to, hold on, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. Ba-doom. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the Be Live studio. While we're waiting for people, I just figured I would do that. So I'm going to bring in that media. I'm going to upload the picture of our CP. Oh, I have it on my computer anyway. Don't. I'm having a day, people. I'm having a day. So I'm going to show that in the stream, and I'm actually going to put that over here like this. Nope, that doesn't work either. Yeah, so I want to move this. I'm actually going to hide that. I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to hide 30. I think that's going to be a great time that we're going to have. So again, I hope that you guys join us on that. Solo off. Hang on, solo off. Solo off. Hide. Okay, show in stream, show in stream, show in stream. So for today, I'm actually going to leave all three of them up there just to let you guys know what I work with. Let me see, what have we got here? My son is going, here we go. My son is going through a bitter divorce. I'm so sorry. It's very complicated. How will it work out? I think those two need to sit down and find peace because I don't think anyone is. I mean, you can say that about any divorce that, no one ends up happy at the end of it. But in this particular case, I'm a little bit concerned for your son's well being and the wife's well being because these two actually did care so much about each other. They actually loved each other. This could have been worked out. I feel a mediator. I just heard mediator should be involved. This is not something that needs to go to court. So if a mediator gets involved, I feel it's going to be much more peaceful. So I think those two really need to sit down and rehash it, especially for the child. So I think that's a really, really, really important thing. For some reason, I get child. So I don't know if there is one involved, but that's what I do get. Let's see. I've hidden myself. Oh yeah, I know. I hid myself earlier. I did. Now we have no sound. Is everything better? Can you guys hear me? Good afternoon, Angel. Nice to see you on this beautiful day. I'm hoping you guys have sound. Can you guys hear me? I'm hoping you do. Hi, Blake. How are you? Jennifer Bierman. Yeah, I'm taking questions. So if you guys want to ask questions, please do. For those of you who are just tuning in, if you notice, I have 3 little pieces of signage there today, and some of that is for, I'm going to get rid of, I'm going to go none. I think I can apply that. Ah, there we go. That makes it better for today. There we go. Now you guys can see the 3 signages. One is for Raising Energy, Angel Morgan Pet Psychic, and my investigations team that I am on and a part of with some really wicked people. And tomorrow we're starting a new CPI live, and I'm going to be on it. So if you guys want to join us on that page, please follow. Like, there's some really cool stuff there. And we even have footage of some of the investigations we go on, and I do lives. I'm going to start doing more lives there too. Kim Burley, hi Angel. What does it mean having dreams about having kids? And I'm calling them by names I have picked out. Oh, that's really cool. It depends on. I actually had a question that was similar to that on my Instagram. If it's babies, a lot of time it's talking about our inner selves. If it's children, like little kids, toddlers, teenagers, youth, that kind of thing, these are kids who are either a part of your life, going to be a part of your life, or children who could have been. So let's say you have two children. You've decided you don't want to have more children. Those are children who, could possibly have come in if you decided you wanted more, et cetera, et cetera. The sense I get are those are kids you've had. However, loosely based, this reading is what I hear, which means that at least one of those children was actually a past life child. So you're actually not necessarily even giving them their names so much as you're saying their names. They already have the names, and we do all come with that. And Kimmy Andrus says, Angel Morgan, are you doing live readings? I so am. So ask your question. And if you want to, you are more than welcome to come and join me live. In fact, I would love that, just simply because we can test out some of the new technology that my platform is using. You must be on a computer to do this. You must have your microphone and your camera accesses on in order for you to come and sit with me so we can hear you and all that kind of stuff. So that'd be really, really cool. If you want to come sit with me, just click on this link and you can come and sit with me. And oh, there we go. The Canadian Paranormal Investigations team. This is, oh, yeah, that's our guest link. That's so funny. Okay, so it comes on as the different platforms that I'm actually moving through, because I'm actually being shown right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, on my stream, Facebook on CPI, and Facebook on Raising Energy. So if you want to click on that and come and join me and do a live reading with me, you're more than welcome. Jamie Stanley says, will I find love this year, Angel? Funny, as soon as I read that, I get joy, and I get absolutely. It's almost like I feel like there's no way around that. Like no matter what you do, you're going to find love. So even if you're afraid of love, even if you try to push it away, don't bother, because I feel like it's coming to you. And we are in the year of the water tiger. So now we're in a time of claiming our abundance, really claiming that. And in claiming our abundance, we actually get to enjoy all the fruits of our labor over the last few years, the learnings. Melissa Duguay says, or Dugay, I apologize if I pronounce these wrong. Hi, Angel. Do you have any work-related advice for me? Keep forging forward. I keep getting, don't sign any new contracts. Yeah, that actually does make sense. Boy, I'm slow, but I get there. We are in a Mercury retrograde. So if anybody gives you a contract or start a new project, what have you, try and waylay that until at least the 7th or 8th of October. We are in 2002. So this particular retrograde is wreaking havoc with everybody. For me, it's bringing up a lot of insecurities, a lot of, am I enough? Do I do enough? All that kind of stuff. Overbooking myself with events and things like that. It's crazy. Every insecurity, everything that I'm afraid of is coming up in this retrograde. So for you, though, I get contracts. Reread them, cross T's, dot I's if you have to sign a contract. All right, and now we're going to look at Andres says, is this year going to be better for me? Is this year going to be better for me? I feel like things are going to smooth out. They feel calmer. They feel more peaceful for you. It's almost like things are settling. I feel like there's dust and the dust is settling. That's what it really feels like. Monetarily, you'll see some more monetary wealth for you is coming this year. Around December, I see money coming around now as well. So I don't know if there's an increase in paycheck. That's what I hear. But then in December, that's interesting how they said you'll divorce yourself from the money. In other words, you'll be paying for something, investing, doing something around December. I know it's Christmas time, but it feels a little bit like that. But there's also something else coming in December for you. AV Morgan says, can I get a read, please? You can get a read. Please be specific with your questions because I have so many people that I will be reading that it's easier for me when you're specific in your questions. That's really my one rule. Okay, let's see. Let's go to, oh, right. And if you've already asked a question, I'm going to make sure everybody gets their question in at least once before I go to second questions from people. So Tammy Robinson Bailey, how are you? Any career work changes ahead of me? No, I'm not really seeing it. I've taken a fitness nutrition course and wondering if I'm on the right path for a change. Yes, but you're going to see most of your changes in the year of the rabbit starting next year. So things are going to go slower than you're like. You're even going to question yourself as to whether you not did the right thing. You did. You absolutely did. Just know that for you, it's going to be slow as she go. The pace will be slower than you like is what I actually physically am hearing. I'm actually hearing stuff so clearly today. All right. Toya Miss Libra. Ooh, that's a cool name. I like that. Hi, I liked and subscribed. Oh, thank you. I really, really like that. Thank you. I appreciate that. May I please have a general read? It's really interesting. All I keep getting for you, and normally it's very specific stuff, like very specific questions is what I need. So there's nothing general. There's actually something very specific coming out for you. So I am going to answer this, and it has something to do with a male. There's something to do with a boy. And then I get the word, and I know your name is Toya. I get that. But the word toy, and they're connecting you to a male. So I think it might be you. But there's a man, and he sits in the background, and I just feel this real depth to this guy. I don't know if there's a guy around you, but he's just really beautiful and just what you're looking for, they're saying. So if you're in a relationship, I feel like this man is really what you need. You've got to be more open to him. If not, and I get the sense there's an if not here, I feel like the man who's coming into your life, or the next man who's going to come into your life, is going to scare you because he's exactly what you need. He's like the marrying type that's got to fall in love. Don't push him away. Don't push male energy away is the biggest message I get there. And actually that also, Toya, is for work as well. So don't push anything male or what you deem as assertive or a little too aggressive. Face it. And I feel like you're a very strong person, but I'm assuming, as in Toya Miss Libra, that you are Libra. I just made this connection. I am slow, but I get there. Libras are very cautious because you guys are so unconditionally loving. And I think that's wonderful. So just don't scare yourself away from any situations. And you seem like a very strong person, but again, just take a second look at things. Any health concerns for my sister, says Chrissy Walker. Love your profile pic. No, I don't see any health concerns for her. I feel something about tests being involved. I don't know if there's blood work or whatever, but I really feel like she's going to, like, there's nothing there. This is just a scare or something that's bothering her or concern. But I always say, make sure that you get on top of things, because a lot of times it's nothing, but sometimes it can be something. And today I'm not really seeing anything for her in that regard. Oh, that looks way better. Carolyn, let's see. AV Morgan says, please, 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 I am so heartbroken. I feel I am losing it. Only because you're doing it to yourself. There's nothing to lose it. This is actually a growth period for you, especially where relationships are concerned. Oh, that's the other thing. We just came out of a new moon in Libra, which is, do people in our lives fit into our lives? Relationships, are they the right relationships for us? And, it can be a difficult thing, but don't drive yourself nuts. Also, Abby, you need to drink water, because when we drink water, we're hydrating hydrated and actually helps us to focus, find clarity. But I really get the sense that you're doing this to yourself. You need to do some loving and kind things for you, because you're the only, for you, there's nothing to lose it over. I feel like something that is, I don't know why I keep hearing that. Go bang gangbangers out there in the world. You should be focusing on you right now. Really, you should. Carolyn Funamore says, any advice in the love department? No, you're doing everything right. Honestly, Caroline, I really like your energy where love is concerned. I do get a kind of a ennui around that, but just keep focusing on you, because it's going to take really special kind of feeling for you to connect to. When I was younger, I used to sit in my room and I used to cry because I had such a hard time connecting to people. And I used to think to myself, there's something wrong with me. And to be perfectly honest with you, I really feel like when people can't connect, especially people like you who are so sensitive, Caroline, it has nothing to do with you. Just you're waiting for that special people who are really in line with you, and don't settle for less. Like, don't settle is what I hear. Don't settle is what I hear. Cheryl D, how are you? Oh, this is really cool. This is like, I'm getting comments from YouTube and all kinds of stuff. This is really neat. Cheryl D, hi, any messages? Whoops, here we go. Any messages for my kids as they haven't been feeling well? Yeah, you know what? They're going through some deep transition. I feel like you've gone through some transitional things recently, especially over the last few months, probably 2 to 4 months, and now they're feeling it. Whenever we go through stuff as parents, our kids are going to feel it, and then they're going to have to, they get dragged along for the spiritual ride. It really sucks sometimes for them, but the reality is that it's necessary, and this is a time of change. So if you're seeing them even not feeling well right now, they might be releasing, like, I did a huge lineage clearing on my mom's side of the family, which I'd never done before. And it was given to me as a recommendation from my grandfather on my mom's side, who had passed. And my son, I believe, is an incarnation of that grandfather. So when I did this lineage clearing, I found it very interesting that my mom was sick. And my son was so devastatingly sick that he actually had to take time off work, which is not something my son does. He's a workhorse, this kid. And so I thought it was really cool because I thought it was really cool, not that they got sick, but that I could physically see that clearing. And even I was feeling unwell for a bit. So coming back and circling back to Cheryl D's question, that's kind of what's going on with them. So just navigate it, be there, love them. I get comfort around them, be cozy with them right now. Okay. And ask, how are they doing? If they want to talk, great. If they don't, that's fine. But I feel like there's some deep conversations coming up, especially with your eldest, I believe eldest son. Lynn Ade says, am I going to be let go from work of 28 years? No, but I do feel you're going to walk away perhaps next year. I'm not sure. And it's one of those, you know what, it's not for me anymore. And I feel like you're going to move on. Yeah, that's fine. And Lisa, Toya, Miss Libra says she's single. That's what I thought. For you, I think, you know what, Toya, anybody who gets you is going to be so very lucky. You are a powerhouse. But again, just don't push them away. I know relationships can be very uncertain, and Libras love certainty. But the guy who's coming, he's rock, he's stone, he's solid. And I really like him for you. So please don't push him away. Oh, Kalampita Korianaka. I can never say that. Your travel agency. Oh, hello, my love. He is so wonderful. He's from Peru. I have these amazing human beings from all over the world. I was thinking about you just the other day. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm going to message you because I want to see how you are. I've been thinking about you. So I hope everything is well in your world. It feels like it is. Good and the best for you, Angel. All good and the best for you too. Avi Morgan, does he know that he really hurting over his actions towards me? You know what? I think that this person that you're talking about, Avi, is somebody who thinks about it, but isn't as insightful as you would like them to be, unfortunately. So to be perfectly honest with you, I think this is where you need to focus on you, as I said earlier. So Renee St. John says, hi, Angel. I lost my dad 2 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. His past Saturday. Does he have any messages? He's a beautiful man. Wow, he's so handsome. He has that feeling of It's a Wonderful Life. That movie, It's a Wonderful Life, very down to earth, very relatable, very Jimmy Stewart. He's happy. There's a smile. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. His cheeks are ruby red, so he's got this flush of life and happiness. I feel like he wasn't well, peaked, can't breathe. He's having a hard time. There was a bit of confusion at the end. He didn't quite know what was going on. There's a little bit of disorientation, but you have to know it's completely opposite. Now there's light around him. His mom is around him as well. He's got family around him. And there are kids around him too from past as well, from generations past. He's very much in the state of when he was younger. Like I see that period of when he was younger, that's when he was happiest. Not that he didn't love you guys, that he wasn't happy with you, but there is this sense of youth around him that feels so good. And he just says, enjoy your life. And that's it's a really rare message to get. Usually it's, I love you and I'm with you and I'm watching you, but you know that already. For him, it's enjoy your life, every second of it. And there's this urgency to that. And I feel like this is a man who really did enjoy his life. And now he's reaping the rewards of that life. So I hope that helps a little bit, Renee. And my condolences to you. Everybody send her some love, send her some beautiful healing in this time, because it's so challenging when a parent passes over. Poonam, how are you? Hi, Angel. Can you give me any messages regarding my office? And should I continue staying in the same job or start looking for a new job? If yes, would I get good enough opportunity outside? Now is not the start. No, I don't get that you need to look for a new job. To be perfectly honest with you, I feel like you need to self-fulfill more outside of your work. I feel like your focus is too much work and you need more to do in your personal life. Like you need to ramp that up a little bit more. I feel like you're always concerned about work. I feel like you're putting so much energy and effort into work, which is nice and wonderful, but there's work-life balance. And I feel like the personal life needs to be looked at a little bit more. Thank you everybody for being here today. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the viewers and the comments and the questions. And if you want to come and sit with me, please do so. You're more than welcome. And as I was saying earlier, tomorrow on the CPI page, the Canadian Paranormal Investigations page at 7:30, we are starting a new live kind of vlog kind of thing that we're going to be interviewing people and having some fun talking about ghost investigations and ghost hunting and paranormal investigations. And I love my team. They're so cool, but you'll get to meet them tomorrow night on the CPI page if you go there. And please follow because there's some fun stuff there. And we are connected to a lot of different wonderful groups. And it's so very cool. Let's see. Denise La Vista Salamoni says, hi, Angel. Hello. And she asks, I miss my parents so much. Aw, especially my dad. They both passed. My dad only 3 years ago. I'm so sorry to hear that. I do feel like he is there. His heart is big. And I feel like there's gold around him. And he's showing me that you need to luxuriate more. I feel like you need to, it's okay. Stop worrying about money so much. Everything is being taken care of. You're never going to be without. Okay. So I hope that helps. That's a very interesting reading. Tammy Lance said, my father passed away 2 months ago. I'm so sorry. Any messages from him? So there has been what we call an exit way or a gateway or whatever you want to call it. And what's really interesting is in this time, a lot of people are crossing over. A lot of animals are crossing over. We're seeing this happen more than usual, especially 2 to 4 months ago, to be honest with you. So where this is concerned, Tammy, I get peace. And sometimes they don't come through just simply because they are so peaceful. And that is the sense I get. I feel like that is the message, that there's nothing for you to worry about. And for some reason, I heard the word baby. It's almost like, everything's being taken care of. Everything is safe. Everything is okay. Kids are safe. Just everything feels peaceful. And he's not worried about anything around you guys. Cheryl Tucker, hello. Cheryl says, will my financial situation ever improve? Absolutely it will. But you have to be very careful, Cheryl, because and this is something I preach all the time. It's a really interesting thing. There was a time when I, didn't want to be here for a lot of different reasons, and I almost died. And, we the energy we put in is the energy we get out. And for me, it was that morning. My fiance was talking the other day and putting energy into the idea of, I don't know if I'm going to have my job. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't. And then all of a sudden somebody called and said, hey, you know what? Do you want to do some contract work? And he got off the phone going, well, wasn't that really weird? And I said, no, not really. I said, you're putting so much energy into that you're already starting to have one foot out the door energetically without even realizing. And the universe is trying to show you that if you want that, that's what you can do. So you need to be really careful, Cheryl Ann, because your financial situation is what you make it energetically. And you are highly, highly intuitive, highly, highly energetic. And so what the energy you put out is the energy you bring in. And one of my favorite sayings always has been, what you fear, you draw near. So be very, very careful of what you draw near. Okay. Now, again, I don't see without money, but I do definitely see, and I have to say it the way I'm hearing is, you are doing damage to yourself financially, and this can increase exponentially. You can open doors, but your perspective on money has to change and how you're making it. Doesn't mean you need to change how you make it, but your perspective on money has to change. Okay, how you look at money, how you feel about money, how you feel about your own situation. Acknowledge it. This is a crappy state. My finances don't feel good right now. So then see what that brings up. What images, what emotions does it evoke? Some people will see their parents, have a memory of when their child, something their parents have said. And these things actually affect us even today and now. Sharon Dehan Azule says, my grandfather was in his home in Cape Coral as the hurricane hit. And we've had no contact or news. Can you please tell me if he is okay? He is. I get right away. And I even got before when you said my grandfather, I do get that he's okay. Contact will be made. I just heard that. A few days. I feel like there's a female with him, or he's with a female being taken care of. This will be a financial hit for him to a degree, but everything I feel is going to be fine. And you will hear, okay? You will hear about everything. Everything feels okay. All right. So, and it's interesting. I do get questions like that, ladies and gentlemen. I had, at the beginning of the Ukraine-Russian war, I had the most poignant situation where this woman called and she said, my dad, my family, they're in the Ukraine. We don't know what's happened to my father. We think that he's passed. We have no contact with him. We're kind of, we've had little bits and pieces. Can you tell us what's happened? And her dad showed up in the room and I said, yes, he has passed. This is what happened. This is how it happened. And she was crying and she said, are you sure? And I said, well, he's standing right here. So I'm going to say yes on that. And she turned around and she goes, that gives me so much closure at least. And then the next day they actually did contact their family and they found that that was able to be validated. So sometimes, even in the most scary of circumstances, the gifts that we have as readers and psychics and remote viewers and what have you, it's very, very helpful for families, for closure, for hope, to help people get through even that day or the next few hours, get to that place where they need to be to handle the situations they're in. So thank you, Sharon, for asking that question, because these lead to learnings too, right? They lead to learnings, they lead to sharing that people may need to hear. Sometimes when we ask questions, it's not just for us, and we don't realize that others will hear something in that message or in that sharing that will resonate with them. And that's really, really important. So it takes a lot of courage to ask these questions. So thank you so much for being a part of that. Nikki Tercis says, last time I was at the studio, you said some money is coming in for me in October. Do you know if it's early October or later? It feels early. It feels actually within the first probably week to 2 weeks, I have to say. Having said that, I see money being there at the top of the month, but now I'm also seeing even a little bit of money straggling that's coming to you at the halfway point as well, around the 12th to the 15th. So I see 2 points at which some money is coming for you, but the bulk of it feels beginning of October. Okay, so please let us know. I would love to know. Malik Shifkat. Oh, that's a cool name. I like that. Malik asks, hello, Angel. I would love some encouragement for my little son's issues today. He's so happy. He's such a happy child. Nothing, I feel like nothing can get this kid down. So no matter what he's getting through, just know this kid's light, this heart is full of light and he's okay and everything will work out for him. I just heard that. And there's an angel that stands with this kid. So no matter what happens, this kid is always being guided, always being comforted, never feeling alone. And so funny, I want to cry because when I was a little girl, I always used to no, I had this knowing that I wasn't alone. Even when I felt my most alone, I was never alone. And it was so cool because I wasn't on this path, but there was this man who would always show up and I would hear him and see his face. And I never made the connection until I was in my 20s, but it was, it was an ascended master. And it was so cool because I never felt that. And your boy is the same. He never feels alone. He always feels comforted. And he's a very encouraging little boy, too. I feel like he's a very everything's going to be okay, mommy. Everything's going to be good. So yeah, you know what? It's okay. Your son is good. He's really good, and I love his energy. He's so beautiful. And just so you know, too, this is a message for you. You are exactly the right mom for him. Don't ever feel like you're not enough or that you're not doing enough because this kid not only chose you, you were chosen for him as well. There's something very special about you that you need to understand that you'll be guiding him in a very special way. And I understand that too, because my son is very gifted as a reader, as a psychic. And so that's always been my job for him. But in like turn, he has a job with me that I only recently discovered. And we're fulfilling that for each other in our lives. In this particular life, he is here to comfort you. He is here to love you. He is here to let you know you are enough. So the more you feel enough, you're actually fulfilling part of his destiny with you. Okay. And also understand you're here to guide him, to really help him. Your words resonate with him on such a huge scale, more than anybody else. And let's see, what do the next 3 months of work look like for me? Busy, 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 active, active, active. Take care of yourself because I feel like you're getting tired over the next 3 months if you're not caring for yourself, and keep your innards warm. Hot water, hot coffee, hot tea. Tea is better for you. Okay. Carmel, oh, look at all these wonderful questions. Carmel Taylor says, hi there, hope you're well. What do you see for me in the future for finances? I do see some growth in this year. Next year, I feel there's a bit of stability in that growth. And then in the year of the rabbit, it is going to take a little bit of a dip until June, and then it's going to come up and it's going to settle out and be stable. But I think one of the reasons there's a dip in that is because an investment is going to be made. Year of the rabbit's going to be very good for you. So really watch out for opportunities and investments of finances. Okay. Lawrence Petrie says, what's in my future for me? Okay, well, lots. And one of the things that I always ask is if you can make your questions specific for me, because we have so many different aspects to ask for. But I have to tell you, your dad is here. And for those of you who don't know, dead or alive doesn't make a difference to me. I can tap in. So I feel like your dad is here, but I feel like it's a spirit. So it's a very interesting thing because I feel like he's standing here and going, it's okay. It's okay, son. Like everything is okay. Everything is good. So if your dad is passed, and I kind of do feel on that side of it, I feel like he's encouraging you. And they're saying that wealth of a man, like you're such a strong man. Like you have this beautiful balance in you. Like even looking at your picture, I really love the joy and the laughter that comes from that. Like there's this beautiful humor you have. But I really feel like he's saying, and he's also saying, don't even look to the future. Look at your present, because, and I understand what he's saying, because that's what creates your future. You're always looking to the future, looking to the future. Look at today and now, because that's the building blocks for that. And I feel like you've already created a strong foundation, and it's just going to get stronger if you start living even more in the present. Not that you don't, but even more in the present. And I know something about tell your brother this too. I don't know if you have a brother, but that's what this man is saying. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Okay. And then we're going to go to Priscilla Sudard, Do you see any financial changes in my future? No, not really. I feel like everything is stable, everything is moving. And also, too, please feel free to share, feel free to validate. And I'm not afraid. So if something doesn't resonate with you, let me know. It's okay because then I can ask. That just opens doors for me to ask guides, guardians, angels, archangels. I'm also not omniscient. Sometimes I will have a miss, and that's okay too. Because the reality is again, I can go deeper in to see what that is. So if I miss, and it's like, okay, well, you know what, this person I feel like is single, but they're actually married. Well, why do they feel single? What is that feeling I'm getting around them? They're feeling disconnected from the relationship. So even though it may be a miss on that end, it actually takes us deeper into the reading. So you need to understand that I love every piece of information that I'm given. I was reading with some cards with one of my favorite clients the other day, and I'd never read with cards with her. And she was just like, oh my God, it really freaked me out. She was texting me, it really freaked me out. And I didn't understand. And it was so different. And I felt like it was a Ouija board. And I'm like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she's also very old Italian, very old Mediterranean. And so these things do scare some European cultures and that kind of stuff. So we had a good talk about it. And we found out what it was that made her afraid, why I was called to use the card, which was meant to bring up those fears for her, because we had this great conversation. So please, 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 honesty is the best policy, even with readers. Never be afraid. And if a reader gets offended by that, you're not with the right reader. You're just not. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Renee St. John says, thank you, Angel. And then let's see. Kathy Cosgrove, how are you? Kathy Cosgrove says, will I get a dog anytime soon? I feel one in your energy field. And I see kind of a brown shag, almost like a terrier kind of coat. I don't know if that's a dog you have. No, I don't feel like it is. This is a dog that is coming. I feel like this dog is very happy-go-lucky. But when is this dog? I can't see when the dog is coming, but it feels near it. But it's not like you're getting it tomorrow or next week. But it feels like by the end. See, they're saying perhaps by the end of the year, because there's a question mark around this dog and how soon you're going to get it. But you are going to get the dog. Okay, it doesn't feel like it goes past this year. It doesn't feel like it goes past December. So anytime from now to December is what I would probably say. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling. So those of you who are new, my name is Angel Morgan. I work with guides, guardians, angels, archangels. I'm a free-for-all. What that means is that anyone of the light can come through. The reality with me, though, is that I work with those who are alive and those who are past. So I can connect to those who are dead, but I can also connect to the spirits of the living. So if somebody needs to say something to you and they can't necessarily say it face to face, they might come into a reading, which is a really, really cool benefit to some of the reading work I do. I'm also an animal communicator, so I do have the blessings of being able to communicate with animals. So I was just looking around for my cat. I'm not letting her sleep today because she didn't sleep all night last night. She kept me up. And it was crazy. So I was hoping she's going to be beside me so I can just shake her a little bit so we can both sleep tonight. My cat gets insomnia. Everybody knows my cat. Her name is Whitey. She's Boss Cat. So if you're tuning in and you're new, just know that my animals are usually a part of my lives. Raisingenergy.com if you want to know a little bit about me, or you can go to my Raising Energy page here on Facebook. Instagram, I have way more stuff there. I have psychic tips. I do lives there at Raising Energy. I try to make it easy and pretty consistent across the board. Subscribe to my YouTube. Please follow me on Instagram, all that jazz, and you know what to do. So let's see. Who else do we have here? Kendra Patrick. Are there any messages from my mom or sister? Your mom is here, but your sister has the message. So they're both here, but your mom is the one who stands there. She's holding your sister's hand, and they're anticipatory. Like there's this anticipation for you, like something's coming, something they can't wait. Like, when you know something is coming, you're like, okay, just get there, get there, get there, get there. And it feels good. And it almost feels relationship connected. So they're just like, oh, wait, oh my God, this is so good. This is just wait for it. But I'm not allowed to tell you what it is. So I do apologize for that, but they're just like, they're very, oh my God, they're so happy for you. And they really, Your sister is crying and she's just so happy for you. Like they're tears of joy. And she just loves watching you grow and shift the way you are right now. So I feel like there are a lot of shifts and changes you're going through or have gone through based on what your sister and mom are showing me. And that's really cool. And just so you know, too, I feel like there are other family members there too. Like I feel like mom's dad is there. So your grandfather, your mom's side, and others that I can't quite see, but I do know that they're there. Okay. Kimmy Andrus says, I know I can't ask another question. You can, it's just whether or not I can get to because I have so many people. Can another question until everyone's had their turn, but my son passed away 10 months ago. What really happened to him? That one is something I think you and I should go through alone. So if you want to book a bit of a reading with me, please feel free to, whether it's virtual or in person. However, just so you know, I feel like this passing, I feel like this passing did have some trauma attached to it. This isn't somebody who wanted to leave. I feel like, but this person is at peace. I just heard that. I feel like this is somebody who's very relatable. I feel like your son, I see this person like wearing sneakers, like a very laid back kind of person, very anxious about life. But when he's in a good space, he's kind of very laid back. And that's why I keep seeing sneakers, because that's who he is in his person. But if you want to go deeper on that, I do this kind of work. I have worked with, authorities. I have worked on murder cases. I've worked on all kinds, not to say that that's what that was. I'm just letting you know that I do work with cases where people don't know what happened and need that closure. So please, if you want to do that reading with me, please, I would love to go deeper with you. All right. And again, my condolences, Kimmy, because that is really traumatic. And he needs you to know that he loves you. He never really wanted to go anywhere. And you were always with him. Like he's always thinks about you. Even you need to know too that, and this is really important for everyone to know out there, a lot of times before someone passes, they have their last thoughts, their last visions, the last thing that they want to say. And you were one of the very, very last things that he thought of as he passed. So just so you know, you're always on his mind. Okay. Ivy Lorato Thapi, I believe. Greetings. And your question is, I'd love and appreciate a reading. Okay, if you can just do me a favor and write in the comments a specific question, that would be really helpful because I have so many people and there are so many aspects of life to read. So the more specific you are, the better it is for me because I have so many people. Heather Brooks, hi, how are you? New puppy, woohoo! Throttle does not seem to connect to me and therefore training is difficult. Is there something I'm missing with him? Yeah, he is an alpha, very independently minded. He is connecting to you. Now, I have to tell you, this particular dog, it's not that he doesn't want to connect to you or he isn't connected to you. He just needs you to listen to him better because he wants to guide you rather than you guiding him. And the reality is there has to be that balance and he has to learn that. So what he needs to learn is not who the alpha is. It's, how to listen to you, how to work with him. One of the things that I would work with is, it's like, okay, over here, and then, give him commands, that kind of thing. Distractions seem to work with this dog, but no, he is trying to connect you. He actually feels very connected to you. He loves you a great deal. And it's really funny because he's kind of asking the same thing. What am I missing with my new mom? Because he's, and it's not that you don't like him, but he's like, I don't know if she likes me. You guys need to sit down and have a chat. And what's really, really interesting is he is mental physical. So what I want you to do is I want you to have an imaginary conversation with him, knowing it's not imaginary. I want you to tell him what you think of him, how you feel about him, what you would like from him, what you would like the relationship to look like for him. Do this a few times over a period of about 4 to 5 days. You're going to see that the relationship will shift. He feels like a cuddly bum and he is going to become more a cuddly bum. Just understand this also takes time. The other thing that you can do, go and get walnut Bach, B-A-C-H remedy, couple of drops on your hand, pet him with it. It's for adjustment. He is having a little bit of a hard time adjusting. He still is kind of, I don't know where I am. And I don't know, like he's quizzical in the sense of, okay, what is all this? Like there's a brightness about him. If you want to do an animal communications around this, we can go deeper. I can talk to him. We can even do it via Zoom. And that way I can see him and talk to him directly. That's all up to you. I don't have to have an animal in front of me, but I always love seeing my pet pal friends. But you will connect to him, and this is going to take time. So all is not lost, and just keep working. Okay, keep working with it. Nancy Flurry, how are you? Does my cat Tiza have any messages for me? She is still with us. Okay. Before I go there, your dad, it's very interesting. He's not crossing over, but his abilities are gaining. So don't be surprised in the next few days to a few weeks. You're going to start hearing a lot more from him about the other side, the other side, the other side. Don't freak out. Big message there. He's going to start seeing his mom because she has messages for him, and he's going to try and translate them to you. So just be really kind, laugh with him, be joyful. He's not going anywhere. Where Tiza is concerned, no, she good. She good. She's just like, whatever. And she's literally like almost on her back going, oh, life is so good. So I think this is a very content cat. There's really nothing she wants more belly rubs, more love, more just that's it. But you know, any cat could want that. But this one definitely loves you and wants more. Oh, she could take a hand from a finger, she would. She's just like, more, please. Poinsettia memoirs. Do you see me getting a job in the country I'm currently in? No. Will my daughter get a job soon? She's going to continue to look for a bit. I see at least another few months where you're concerned getting a job in the country I'm currently in. Even if you do get a job in the country you're currently in, I feel like it's connected to other places, almost like you're either going to other places and coming back. So there may be some travel involved, but where your daughter is concerned, give it another month, maybe two, and then she will find something, and it will be very permanent and something she's going to like that fits her. All right, I'm going to take a few more questions. Oh, shoot, I can only take a few more questions. I actually have readings today. So they start at 2:00, and I only have a few more minutes, so I'll take a few more. Hi, Angel. Oops, as I see. Hi, Angel. Anything for me? Sharon, if you can just give me a specific question, or maybe on our next slide, that'd be great. Keep your questions specific, keep them short so we can get to as many as we can. Okay, Malishka Abdul. Hi, can my granny get a general for herself? Dina Abdul. Yeah, I feel like she's except for maybe I get some discomfort in joints and things, she's fine. Tell her she's got a long life ahead of her. And you know, it's okay every once in a while to indulge a little bit more because I feel like she over worries sometimes. And you know, she's also at that point in her life where it's like, okay, you know, she thinks about getting old, she thinks about being older, about what's next for her, all that kind of stuff. She needs to just be more, you know, she's so full of life and so full of laughter and so full of joy, and just tell her to be more of that, and she's actually going to elongate her life. She's a lovely woman. I feel like she's really, except for some of the aches and pains she has, I feel like she's really healthy. And drink more water because she feels really, really dry inside. So anything to do that, and anything warm over the winter will really help her too. But joint stuff is what I really get is the biggest thing. Okay, I'm going to take one or two more questions. Kathleen Sorensen, send me a friend request. Send me a send request for your accurate reading now. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Joseph. How are you? Nice to meet you. If you have a question with me, if you can be really specific with your question, because I have a lot of people, that'd be really, really great because we have so many aspects of our life. But for you, Joseph, there is something about finances and there's growth. But I see it more next year. In the year of the rabbit, it's going to be a really good year for you. Okay. Year of the rabbit, 2023 is going to be a really good financial year for you. So that's what I have for the moment because you didn't really have a question. Lori Lee. Hi. A lot of names I've never seen before. Wow. Hi, everybody. What do you see for me? Financial, career, love life, daughter, grandsons, 2 pets that just passed on. Whatever you may see, I would be grateful to hear. Let's look at the 2 pets. I feel like one of them is a dog. I can't see the other one. And I feel like both of them are very happy. Both of them are very together. I see it. I also see a cat. So I don't know if that's your cat or a cat who's passed for you, but I see a dog and a cat. I also see grandsons are great. They're awesome. They're lovely. They're strong. They're powerful. These are the words I'm getting. Career, finances, love life. Enjoy your life as it is right now. That's actually a deeper read for you if you want one. But the 2 pets are good. They've both crossed over well. Again, I see a dog and a cat, but I'm not sure if it's a dog and a cat that's passed, but I definitely see the dog. All right. Sherry Lynn Arnold. Oh, I only have a few more minutes. Good afternoon, Angel. My mother-in-law is recently diagnosed with cancer. How do you see things within the family? I see you guys struggling but pulling together. I see you guys energetically pulling together, putting energy into her. And so it's not even a physical thing. It's beautiful. It's huge. I really like the journey she's on because it's uniting you and even more deeply. And sometimes that is the purpose of why things happen. Okay. So I completely get and understand that. All right. So everybody, please, tomorrow night, I am going to be with the CPI. Whoopsie. I'm going to hide that one for a second. I'm going to hide that one for a second. With the CPI 7:30 on our page, Canadian Paranormal Investigations, we're going to be doing our first installment and first episode on our page, Canadian Paranormal Investigations, CPI. And we're going to be talking about haunted investigations and all kinds of ghost stuff. And we're going to be introducing some of the team members, including me. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So go and follow our page. Go and enjoy that because we are connected to other teams too. So you're going to see all kinds of fun stuff there, clips from ghost investigations. If you're interested in that kind of thing, that's a great place to go. And tomorrow at 7:30, we're going to have some fun there. Also, just so you guys know, I work as an animal communicator, so you can always check out angelmorganpetpsychic.com. And if you want to know more about me, you can actually access any of the things that you see up on the screen through my Raising Energy website. I love my Raising Energy website. It is one of my favorite website designs that I've created. So it's really cool. So raisingenergy.com, on Instagram at Raising Energy, YouTube, Raising Energy, across the board, stick in Raising Energy, and you're probably going to find me, Angel Morgan. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions. You guys are absolutely awesome. Please, if I didn't get to you, I apologize. But I will be doing more lives here, and I do lives on Instagram as well at Raising Energy. Have a great